Amateur Radio Repeater VE3MIS.
Good evening. This is Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Bravo Hotel. My name is Brian, and I am your controller tonight for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net. This net is available on the club's repeater and echo link between 20:30 hours and approximately 21:45 hours local time in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. To participate in this net on the VE3MIS VHF repeater, tune 145.430 megahertz with a negative 600 kilohertz offset and a 103.5 hertz tone. To participate on Echolink, connect to the TechLink conference node number 9229. If you would like to find out more about the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club, please visit our website at www.ve3mis.ca. That's Victor Echo 3, Mike India Sierra, Charlie Alpha. Our email address is ve3mis@rac.ca. That's Victor Echo 3, Mike India Sierra, at Romeo Alpha Charlie, Charlie Alpha. The purpose of this net is to pass news and views along to members and visitors of the club. It also provides experience to volunteer operators in net and emergency operating procedures. All check-ins are welcome, and we especially invite non-members to join in. The Mississauga Amateur Radio Club meets virtually via Zoom conferencing software on the second and fourth Thursday of each month. Our meetings emphasize comradeship, learning, and are open to guests and visitors. See our website to learn how to join virtual meetings. Non-members who wish to attend should email ve3mis@rac.ca to obtain instructions for virtual admission. And the only announcement I have at the moment is there is a meeting this Thursday. It begins at 7:30 our local time, and it will be a Zoom meeting. So that's this 30 at 7:30. It will be conducted in 2 rounds, a check-in round and a 7-3 round. During the check-in round, check-ins will be called in 2 broad groups of traffic, short-time check-ins and general check-ins. Emergency check-ins will be taken at any time. Sometimes mobile, Echolink, and RF check-ins may be called by themselves to reduce the risk of doubling. Please listen carefully and check in with the group that best matches your circumstances. Finally, to avoid transmitting more than 1 minute without dropping to prevent system timeouts. Again, your controller for tonight's net is Brian. My call sign is VE3XBH. When checking in, please announce your call sign using phonetics followed by your first name. So we'll start off with short time check-ins. Is there any short time check-ins? That means you may be in a rush or cannot check in later. Please come now. Okay, nothing heard for short time. So we'll go to general check-ins, and we'll start off with RF. Anybody checking in on RF for general check-in, please come now.
Alpha 3 Kilo Delta Yankee, name is Kevin, checking in.
Victor Alpha 3 Hotel Echo Sierra.
Victor Alpha 3 Golf Delta Zulu, Gary in Toronto.
Okay, I heard VA3GDZ, VE3ATS, and VA3KDY on RF. So let's open it up to Echolink. Are there any Echolink general check-ins? Please come now.
Net control from the other side of the planet, BK60QQ. Good morning from Aussie-land.
Okay, and I heard one check-in from Echolink, and that was Reg, VK6BQQ. So we'll go to the top of the list and say hi to Kevin, VA3KDY. Come on in, Kevin. VA3KDY, VE3XBH. Kevin, are you there?
VE3MIS repeater.
VA3KDY, yeah, back to you, Brian. I was trying to reach on the handy talk there, but in the basement, I guess it's not working so well. So, yeah, just stopping by to say hello, and I'm glad you're out there. Back to you.
VE3KDY, VE3XBH. Okay, Kevin. Well, thanks for checking in. Anything else for the net? And will you be around for the second round?
Very good. No, I have nothing to report, nothing for the net, and no, I'm not going to be able to stick around. So, as I said, I'm stopping by to say hello, and glad you're out there. Keep doing what you're doing. VA3KDY, we'll send it back to you.
VE3KDY, VE3XPH. Okay, Kevin. Well, thanks very much for checking in with us. Always good to hear from you, and I'm sure we'll be talking again. So thanks again. Okay, with that, let's go to Mark, VA3HES. Mark, come on in, please.
VE3XBH, VA3HES. Good evening, Brian and all on net. Mark here in Mississauga. Not much to report. We are live on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com and search for Victor Echo 3 Mike India Sierra. That's where you'll find all the live stream from tonight's net and all our previous streams archived there for your viewing pleasure. And coming soon, some of our presentations. Just in the final round of editing stuff and getting it all ready. Nothing else to report, Brian, so I'll send it back to you, and I'll be here for the 7-3 round.
VA3HES, VE3XPH. Okay, Mark, thanks for checking in. Good to hear from you again, and again, thanks for the live stream and also putting together some of the presentations. You know, it's a fair bit of work, I'm sure, but that's going to be great to see them up there also. So, Mark, thanks again, and we'll give you a shout on the 7-3. Okay, with that, let's go to Gary, VA3GDZ. Gary, come on in.
Good evening there, Brian, and hi to all the Mississauga gang, plus all the people listening on Echolink. I see that the ham conference is connected now. They come in a few minutes late sometimes, Brian, so you'll probably get a few more check-ins there. Two radio-related questions and then a general comment. I'm not sure I can make it for the second round. It's a busy night Tuesdays for some reason. First question is, how is the CN Tower repeater VA3RCI linked in? Is it through Echolink is my question. Second question is phone patches. Does anybody use those anymore? The reason I'm asking is one of my ham radio contacts in Hawaii offered to connect me into their net to say hello and chat with them once in a while, and he says he can do it through a phone patch. Does anybody use those anymore? Other than that, it's the price of fuel. That's a lot of the talk these days. About a third of the price is taxes. We're kind of hoping they would lay off the taxes because it's getting ridiculous. Certainly the world situation shows the importance of self-sufficiency in energy, if nothing else. And I was watching the U.S. national news earlier today. They warned anybody who's taking a flight or a cruise this spring or this summer, you better grab it now because fuel surcharges are on the way. I'll pass it back to you, Brian. Thank you for doing the net. This is Gary, Victor Alpha 3, Golf, Delta Zulu, west end of Toronto.
VA3GDZ, VE3XBH. Okay, Gary, thanks for, first of all, thanks for checking in with us. Good to hear from you. And as far as the two questions, the CN Tower, the RCI repeater is linking in through Echolink, as far as I know. That's how Steve is linking to it. So that I can tell you, as far as phone patches, you don't hear too much about them anymore. I'll just throw it open to anybody who may have a comment on that. Does anybody have a comment on the use of phone patches anymore?
VA3HES with a comment.
VA3HES, go ahead, Mark.
It's funny that Gary mentions phone patches because I recently realized that this very repeater once upon a time had one, but it's long since disconnected. I was almost tempted to hook it up just to try it out because when I was a youngster and I got a early demonstration ham radio, someone showed me a phone patch and that blew my mind. But there is sort of a roundabout way. There's a thing called Ham Shack Hotline, which is a VoIP service, which you can dial up various Echolink nodes from a VoIP phone sitting on your desk. So it is sort of kind of around, and as one other thing, I actually have the capability here in the shack with this hardware to act as a phone patch too, and I've brought in some friends to listen into rag chews that live far away and always wanted to hear what ham radio was all about. Back to you, Brian.
VE3HES, VE3XBH. Okay, Mark. Well, that's interesting news. You often don't hear about it very often. People using it, I guess, with IRLP and with Echolink now. But that app is interesting. So that's kind of a handy thing to have in the toolkit to be able to link into Echolink from a phone. So thanks for that info, Mark. I'll throw it back to you, Gary. Hopefully we answered your questions. VA3GDZ, VE3XBH.
Thanks, Brian. I'll check out that Ham Shack hotline, and I think HJQ, John had a comment as well, a bit of a double with Mark there. Yeah, what he's trying to do is you connect through the internet, come out on his computer, and then he uses a phone patch into his radio to get out on an HF net in Hawaii. I was just wondering how that would work. I haven't offered to try it yet, but I didn't know people were using them anymore or why they would use them. But you might want to see if anybody else has a comment if you have time there, because I heard HJQ come in. Brian, back to you. Thanks, Mark. This is Victor Alpha 3, Golf Delta Zulu, back to net control.
Okay, Gary. Well, thanks for that. And okay, John. I'll throw it over to John and see VK3HJQ, I believe it is. So did you have a comment? VK3HJQ, we had another net. It says, John, did you want to comment on anything?
Just getting more messages coming in here. On Facebook Marketplace, they're trying to buy and sell stuff. Oh boy. Well, there goes another message. What to comment on? My birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to me yesterday. We made a 4-layer chocolate cake. So imagine 4 layers of chocolate cake with cream and jam in between, chocolate icing, shredded chocolate on top with Smarties. Oh boy, what a sugar rush. Oh boy, and we've ate half of it already. I was going to have it for breakfast. My wife said, "We'll have a cake for breakfast." Anyway, might have it for afternoon tea. Back to that. Thanks for letting me in. VK3HJQ.
VK3HJQ, VE3XBH. Well, John, congratulations and happy birthday, and sounds like you ate well, so that's good, and always good to hear. So I guess you're not going to tell us how old you are, huh?
$21 again. And when you get to 21, you start counting backwards, don't you?
Okay, John. Well, thanks for that, and thanks again, and happy birthday, and we'll be talking to you again. I understand there's another birthday going on, so let's move to VK6BQQ. Reg, is today your birthday?
V3XBH in the group, BK6BQQ. Well, it was actually on the 8th, yesterday. But maybe it's the 8th there. Yeah, old Reg, 79, born in 43. My goodness, the hours and the time's just flying. Anyway, I was just going to mention a few things. For those that may or may not be interested, QRZ.com, you'll find a lot of information in regards to our ceremony and celebration for the 80 years of the Lancaster. Man, I tell you, we have the GB80, VE80, VK80, LAN call signs, and, well, QRZ, if you look up my call, you'll see a picture in there with the old man and an older man. This individual, I had the honor of shaking his hand. He's 100 years old and was a pilot of one of the last Lancasters that flew in Great Britain. And then there's another picture on the QRZ page, a couple of folks in from the RAAF. I'm not sure what their rank was, but they seem to be pretty important. So got a picture with them in underneath the Lancaster. So we will be broadcasting this weekend with the VHF group and News West. We will be setting a table up underneath the bomb bay, so hopefully you don't push the wrong button. But we'll be broadcasting the Friday Night TechNet, the Flying Pig Net. We've taken over the 2 hours, and we'll be using the BK80 LAN. We'll be on Echolink 9229 and a host of networks. A lot of information there for you, Brian, but back to you, sir. VK6BQQ, West Australia. Good morning.
VK6BQQ, VE3XDH. Okay, Reg, well, happy belated birthday, and sounds like you survived the party, so all is good, and thanks for the information on the Lancaster. Boy, that must have been great to meet a Lancaster pilot who actually served, and wow, 100 years old. That's terrific, Reg. And thanks for the information. We'll be checking in for sure on that, and we'll be keeping our ears open. And Reg, are the other groups going to be participating in the net on Friday?
VE3XDH, VK6BQQ. Well, as I say, we'll have two fellows in, the president and the vice president of our VHF group. They house out of Wireless Hill, which is a pretty important site here during WW2. We will have News West. Michael is his name, KMS. And I'm not sure what all we'll be doing, but we'll have VE80 LAN. That's going to be broadcast out of Hamilton. His name's Rick, VE3BK. He's going to be looking after things. And what we do in the net is what we did last week. We're going to take 20 minutes on the net to take check-ins and a little bit of news for the VK80. After the 20-minute mark, we'll switch over, and VE80 LAN will be a special event call sign out of Canada. We'll be having those folks in and taking check-ins for 20 minutes. We'll rotate that for the 2 hours and see where we go. Seemed to work out pretty good last weekend, so we're going to try it again this weekend. But all good, sir. And for those on HF, keep an ear open. I understand the bands on HF hasn't been that good, so I'm just wondering if anybody in Canada has heard the GB80 out of Great Britain. There are 4 different active RAF bases, plus we have Bomber Command with their call sign taken over. So keep your ears open on HF. They're on 20 and 40, depending on the band openings, but I'm just wondering if anybody's heard them on HF. Back to net, VK6BQQ Australia.
VK6BQQ VE3XBH. Okay, Reg. Well, thanks for that information, and we'll be checking in for sure on Friday. And I did do some tuning around, trying on HF, trying to see if I could hear anybody, and I didn't have any luck. I didn't spend an awful lot of time, but I have periodically sort of run up and down the bands and to see if I can get them. But we'll still keep trying. Hopefully we'll get rating and we'll be able to make contact. So, and I'm assuming you'll be around for the second round. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I may be back and forth to the kitchen with getting a coffee, but we'll have the speakers on so we don't miss anything. Brian, thanks for what you do, and good net so far. Back to net. VK6BQQ Australia.
Okay, Reg, thanks for checking in with us, and we'll give you a shout a little bit later on. And with that, we're at the bottom of the list, so I'm just going to throw it open to anybody, anywhere, on any mode. Would like to check into the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net. Come now, please.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Victor November Tango. Kilo Oscar 4, Victor November Tango. Greg in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee. Victor Kilo 2, Delta.
Victor Alpha 1, Tango Juliet Delta, Tyler.
Whiskey Mike, VA3WM.
Hey, I heard 4 stations in there. I heard VA3WM, VA1TJD, VK2DY, and top of the list was Greg, KO4, Victor November Tango. Greg, come on in.
Hey, good evening to everybody there on the net. It's good to stop by again. I was on here just a few days ago and really enjoyed the time on. I am a pilot myself and see the aviation tag there, so wanted to stop in and join you all, and just wanted to stop in and say hello. As the gentleman earlier was talking about some of the aircraft news there with the RAF, I was reminded of a pilot friend of mine who went out west here in the USA and was in line for a guided tour here a while back, looking at some old World War I, World War II aircraft. And a very elderly gentleman in front of him, I don't remember the make of the aircraft, but as they got up to one of the World War I, he began to sob uncontrollably, and the lady giving the tour, she asked him if he was okay, and once he kind of
KO4, VNT, VE3XBH. We lost the end of it there, Greg. We lost you when you told us about this fellow that had seen a World War I aircraft and was quite emotional about it. Can you repeat that?
BQQ.
Go ahead, Reg.
Just going to make contact with John, VK3HJQ, VK6BQQ. Do you see that gentleman's call sign on your screen, KO4 Victor November Tango?
I have no idea, Reg. I'm looking at the screen. I'm on hand conference, so I can't see anybody here.
Okay, he must have got disconnected for some reason. That's unfortunate. He had a good story going.
Yeah. I'll keep him on the list, and hopefully he can reconnect, and maybe we'll get the rest of that story. So I'll keep Greg on the list. Okay, with that, we'll go to VK2DY. Robert, come on in, Robert. The VK2DY, VE3XBH. Robert, are you there?
Second, I lost my phone. VK2DY.
Okay, Robert, go ahead. Any comments for the net tonight?
VK2DY. I was unloading some stuff that I got from a hardware store, and I lost my phone, a Bluetooth headphone in, and dude, I always lose the phone when that happens. But at any rate, this is Robert, Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee in Sydney. I guess I should give the call whole clean. Kellyville Ridge, New South Wales, but all part of the urban sprawl that is Sydney. It is about 22 degrees Celsius, overcast but not raining. After a good 2 weeks of almost solid rain, we are finally not raining, although it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so we shall see what happens. 100 mils of rain yesterday, 100 mils the day before, 50 the day before that. Total in my backyard was 800 mils. And that apparently was a light number compared to some people up the coast. So in a 2-week period, we got 800 mils of rain. But what can you do? I mean, it's La Nina, and La Nina is La Nina. Anyway, other than that, people are trying to get out from underneath the floods here. Unfortunately, the waters have not yet peaked because they're flowing through all the systems. All the reservoirs are full and spilling. All of the everything is just surging through and has to make it to the ocean before the floodwaters subside. So I guess it's going to be another week or so before things go back to normal. But yeah, the bridges are flooded too, so I can't get to Richmond or Windsor or any place to the northwest without going a very long way around. So sort of cut off parts of the country here with flooded bridges. 500-year flood zones are flooded as well. VK2DY, back to net.
VK2DY, VE3XBH. Okay, Robert, that's an awful lot of water. Wow. Well, let's hope that it'll be able to drain soon, and people will be able to kind of get a handle on things and get dried out. And boy, I guess there's going to be an awful lot of work to be done cleaning that mess up. But good to hear from you. Good to hear that you're okay. Anyways, that's the main thing. We did hear some of it on the news, but didn't hear an awful lot other than that there had been flooding. So thanks for that information, Robert. Are you going to be around for the 7-3 round?
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure at this point, but maybe. VK2DY.
Okay, Robert, we'll keep you on the list and give you a shout when we get there. Okay, with that, let's go to VA1 TJD. Tyler, come on in, Tyler.
Hello, Brian, and everyone on net. Good to hear everyone's voice again. I'm out here in beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia, previously of Mississauga, where I was VA3 TJV. So I'm also very lazy and not having updated Echolink in a long time. Here I am, finally. So anyway, just wanted to check in to see if I remembered how. And to say hello to everybody, and hope it's all going well as it can. VA1 TJD, back to net control.
VA1 TJD, VE3XBH. Okay, Tyler, sounds good. Good to hear you again, and thanks for checking in with us. We'll be looking forward to talking to you again. Are you going to be around for the 7-3?
Amateur Radio Repeater VE3MIS.
Yep, that's affirmative, net control.
Okay, Tyler, we'll give you a shout on the 7-3. Thanks for checking in. And with that, let's go to John, VA3WM. John, come on in.
VE3XBH and the Mississauga Net. This is John Victor Alpha 3, Whiskey Mike in the Niagara region, Niagara on the Lake. And well, we've had our windy days here for sure. Nothing blew away, so that's the good part. And the snow is just about gone. The odd pile of ice at the curb is still out there, but everything is good here. We're all safe and waiting for the warmer temperatures, and they're coming. Just have to be a little bit more patient. VE3XBH from VA3WM, and I'll be around for the second go. Back over to you, Brian.
VA3WM, VE3XBH. Okay, John, that sounds good. We still have a little bit of snow by the curb here also, but warmer temperatures are coming. Well, we've had a couple of nice warm days, but it'd be nice if it was a little bit more consistent. So, but I'm sure it won't be too much longer now. John, thanks for checking in, and we'll give you a shout on the 7-3. Okay, before I take any more check-ins, I'm going to try for Greg again, see if Greg has been able to reconnect. KO4, Victor November Tango. Greg, are you there? Okay, it looks like Greg hasn't been able to reconnect. We'll give him a try again. So we're at the bottom of the list. Are there any other check-ins for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net? Coming out, please. Okay, nothing heard. So we'll go back to the top of the list for the 7-3 round. And Kevin said he wouldn't be around for the 7-3. So let's go to VA3 HES. Mark, anything else for the net?
VA3 HES returning. Well, 7-3 Brian and everyone on net. Tyler, it was great hearing you on the repeater again. It's been a while since I've heard you. So VA1 TJD, Please send lobster. Hi. Hopefully this summer I'll make it out to the East Coast and we'll be able to see each other again. Anyways, Brian 7-3, and catch you all next week. VA3HES, back to net control.
VA3HES, VE3XBH. Okay, Mark. Well, thanks for checking in with us, and thanks again for the live stream and everything that you do on the YouTube channel for us. And we'll be looking forward to talking to you again, Mark. Thanks again for checking in with us. Gary said he wouldn't be around for the 7-3, so let's go to Reg, VK6BQQ. Any final comments for the net, Reg?
Net control, VK6BQQ. I disconnected here and tried to connect up with KO4, but there's November Tango, but there was no connection available, so he must have been on a phone or something. In any event, yeah, keep an ear open for your GB80, VE80, BK80, LAN, or special events. And as I say, this weekend, the Friday Night Tech Net, the Flying Pig Net, we're going to use our special event, VK80 LAN. We'll have a couple of folks in from the VHF group. We'll have the WA News in reporting. And we'll see where we go. We'll set up a desk under the bomb bay of the Lancaster, which is a static display here at the RAF Museum here in Bow Creek, and we'll be on the air. Right now I'm just trying to get some emails off to our folks in Britain, but as you know, with time travel and the way it is, why, it'll be midnight their time, so it might be hard to get the GB80 in, but we'll see what we can do. Brian, good net, sir. Thank you for having me, and stay tuned. You never know where you're going in the world. 7-3 for now. VK6BQQ with VK80 LAN, special event call sign here for Australia. 7-3.
VK6BQQ, VE3XBH. Okay, Reg, well, thanks for that information, and we look forward to talking to you on Friday from underneath the bomb bay of the Lancaster. So, all good, Reg, and thanks again for checking in and for everything that you do. We'll be talking to you soon. Okay, with that, let's go to Robert, VK2DY. Robert, anything else for the net? VK2DY, VE3XBH. Robert, anything else for the net? Okay, looks like Robert's gone. So with that, we'll go to VA1 TJD. Tyler, come on in, Tyler. Any last comments for the net tonight?
Thank you, Brian. No, nothing offhand. Where I work, we're dealing with a couple of guys who are out right now in our relatively small department with the infamous corona. So please just, take care of yourselves out there. The world's a scary place these days. But glad to be part of the net again, and yeah, that's that. That's about all I got. VA1 TJD, back to net control.
VA1 TJD, VE3XBH. Okay, Tyler. Well, always good to hear from you. Good to hear you back on the net. So that's good. Don't be a stranger, and you know where we are. So, and yes, take care of yourselves. Stay well, and we'll be talking to you soon. Thanks again for checking in, Tyler. Okay, with that, let's go to John, VA3WM. Anything else for the net, John?
We VE3XBH from VA3WM. Well, Brian, I don't really have anything more to add to the net this evening. Done a good job. The usual technical glitches that happen, but there weren't too many of them. I think you lost the fellow there on, I'm not sure, was the hand conference or where he was. The only screen I have in front of my face here is that which shows me the frequency I'm on. So I was on All-Star, and I switched back to IRLP. So everything is good here, and hope the same for everyone else on the net. This is VA3WM, 73 to all, going clear.
VA3WM, VE3XBH. Okay, John, well, thanks for checking in with us. And I guess I should remind everybody of the Trans-Canada IRLP net. You just reminded me. And that's going to be going on tomorrow. It's every Wednesday morning starting at 11 o'clock. And John hosts the Ontario portion. The Trans-Canada IRLP net goes right across the country from British Columbia all the way to the Maritimes, and John takes care of the Ontario portion, and that's carried on this repeater also. So, John, thanks again, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you tomorrow. Okay, with that, we're at the bottom of the list, so I'll give a call out for any late check-ins. Are there any late check-ins for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net? Please come now.
Hotel Sierra Bravo Herald in Toronto.
Victor Alpha 3, Alpha Zulu, Alpha, Brian in Mississauga. They have double doors coming. Brian, sorry, over to you.
Okay, I heard two stations in there. I heard Brian, VA3AZA, and I heard VA3, and I thought it was Hotel Sierra something, but I didn't catch the call. But if that station wants to come in, please come in and join the net.
This is VE3HSB, Victor Echo 3, Hotel Sierra Bravo Herald in Toronto.
Victor Echo 3, Hotel Sierra, and was that Bravo in your call?
VE3XBH, VA3HES.
VA3HES, VE3XBH. Go ahead, Mark.
something's up with the RCI machine. It seems like it's stuck transmitting. Or are you coming through RCI?
Okay, I heard you on the Mississauga repeater. Looked like it dropped now, so I'm going to drop for a second. VE3HES, VE3XPH.
VE3HES returning. Yeah, Brian, I got you now, but it sounded like that carrier there for a little bit at RCI.
Well, it looks like we're okay right now. It looks like RCI is, it just dropped also, so. Okay, well, I'm going to continue on and we'll see where we go. So, I was looking for a station VA3 and I thought it was Hotel Sierra and something. I didn't catch the last letter of the call. Do you want to try that again, please? Okay, I didn't hear that station in there, so I'm gonna go ahead to VA3 AZA Brian. Come on in, and I'll try that other station after Brian. So Brian, VA3 AZA, go ahead, please.
On net control, this is Victor Alpha 3, Alpha Zulu Alpha, Brian in Mississauga. And Brian, thanks for covering the net tonight. Good to hear you. And kind of listening along and half listening and half doing something else. And we're kind of looking at, my son here, we're looking at 12th Night by William Shakespeare, which is in his grade 12 English, or grade 10 English class. So, you know, I caught between the two things. But listening along as best as I could. So, good to hear everyone. And, not too much to add. I was meant to get in earlier, but this is my first opportunity, so I just want to thank you for doing that. And I'll pass it back to you. Oh, and I think it was VE3HSB that you heard, and I think that call sign was on VA3 RCI, so maybe that's why he's not responding, but I think it was HSB. Anyway, over to you. VA3 AZA, over to net control.
VA3 AZA, VE3XPH. Okay, so VA3 HSB. Okay, Brian. Well, thanks for checking in with us, and good to hear you again. And I'm sure we'll be talking soon. So thanks again for checking in. Okay, with that, let's. I'll try VA3HSB. Go ahead if you're there. Okay, looks like we've lost them. Okay, I saw Jim pop up. VE3JIW. Jim, did you have anything for the net this evening?
Nothing really much to add to the net, because I came in at the end of it just to say good evening to my radio friends out there, and thank you for coming by on time. I arrived way too late to comment on anything because I didn't hear anything, but very good evening to you, sir.
VE3JW, VE3XPH. Okay, Jim. Well, thanks for checking in with us. Always good to hear from you, and I'm sure we'll be talking again a little further down the line. Okay, with that, I'm going to make one last call. late check-ins for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net. Come now, please. Okay, nothing heard, so I guess we'll call it a wrap for tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. If you have any comments, thoughts, or suggestions, you can contact us via email at VE3MIS@RAC.ca. That's Victor Echo 3 Mike India Sierra at Romeo Alpha Charlie Charlie Alpha. This is Victor Echo 3 X-Ray Bravo Hotel closing the net and returning the repeater to general use. Thank you all for your participation. 7-3 and stay safe.
Could I add one thing to the net before I go? VA3
yeah,
Hotel
go ahead,
Echo
Jim.
Sierra, VE3JIW.
Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, you were thinking of coming by my house sometime. Do you want me to drop a phone number on you now so if you're in the area of my place, you can give me a shout? Do you want me to drop a phone number on you?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it's a cell phone I try and answer. 647 526 5191. 647 526 5191. Because the binder for that manual I have put safely upstairs at my small table, so I'll know where it is.
Okay, Jim, got it. I'll give you a shout. Thanks for that. Okay, I guess with that we'll close the net and say 7-3 to everybody. Thanks for checking in. This is the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net, and we're closing the net and returning the repeater to normal use.
I thought that message would go directly to Mark, Hotel Echo Sierra. I have a binder on a manual for repeater controller that he would probably like to have in his possession. I was hoping Mark ATS was the one who answered.
Okay, I misunderstood that, Jim. VA3HES, Mark, did you get that?
VA3HS returning. Yes, Jim, I did, and I was going to reach out to you closer to the weekend. I'll have a little bit of time, and we can meet up, or I'll swing by your place and grab it. Back to you.
Okay, very good, Mark. Just much easier way, you know, if the spirit moves you. It's an easy way to touch base. So, hey, thanks for being there, guys. 7-3. VE3JIW, Toronto.
VE3JIW, VE3XBH. Okay, Jim, thanks for that. And Mark, VA3HES, thanks again for everything. So we'll close the net. This is VE3XBH. Oh, wait a second. I just saw Greg pop up. So, you know what? Let's see if we can get hold of Greg again. KO4 VNT. Greg, are you there?
This is KO4 VNT. That's a coincidence. I just checked back in over here. Somewhere in the middle of my comments earlier, everything just dropped out. So, but anyway, I'm glad to stop back in. Just hope everybody's doing well and wish everybody a great Remember the Week. remainder of the week. Back to you, Net Control, KO4VNT.
KO4VNT, this is VE3XBH, Brian in Mississauga. Greg, we were listening to your comments, and you dropped out right at the point when you were talking about seeing some World War I aircraft, and a gentleman got quite emotional, and that's where you dropped out. I was wondering if you could finish the story for us, because we were all kind of hoping to hear what happened.
Certainly, I'll be glad to. So he had gotten quite emotional, and the lady guiding the tour, she asked him if he was okay, and he said, yeah, I'm okay. He said, this is my airplane. And she said, oh, you mean this is one like you flew? And he said, no, ma'am, this is my airplane. And he went on to give her some identification marks he had made up underneath the cockpit dash, and one of the maintenance guys got up in the aircraft and found the marks that he told her about. And so here's this elderly World War I pilot standing there looking at his airplane in a museum. And wow, what an experience. So yeah, anyway, that's the remainder of the story. Back to you, Net Control.
KO4VNTVE3XBH, Greg, that's quite an amazing story. Wow, I'm kind of speechless. Just to have to be a pilot and to see your actual aircraft in a museum. Not just the type, but the one that you actually flew. I certainly understand why he would be emotional. Craig, thanks for finishing that story. I'm sure that everybody really appreciates that. That's quite amazing. Back to you.
Yeah, that I can only imagine the emotions that must have gone through him, and the memories, and yeah, what an incredible experience that was for him. So anyway, that's about all I have for this evening. Tried to do a little work on 10 meters still. I guess the solar's up about 120 or so now. A little bit of access in here in Fredericksburg, Virginia, in the early morning hours. Well, not early morning, but mid-morning for just a little while, and then seems to fade out. But other than that, that's it. Just wish everybody 73, and I'll turn it back over to you, Net Control, KO4VNT.
The KO4VNT, VE3XBH. Okay, Greg. Well, thanks for all that information, and thanks for that story. That's a terrific story, and please, by all means, don't be a stranger. We're here every Tuesday night, so you're more than welcome to check in. Thanks again for checking in with us this evening. So we'll say 7-3, and I guess we'll now officially close the net for the last time. So I'll say 7-3 to everybody. This is VE3XBH returning the repeater to normal use. 7-3 all. Stay safe.